Hey, I'm, so I'm down here. At least I'm near these. Here are where my the solar observatory is over here, in the standing mammoth, whatever the happy standing mammoth, whatever, you know, one the mammoth with his it's got his legs up in the air. But I want to keep the camera over this way because you might see the ground's all wet here. As soon as I got here, I had enough time to run into town and check my mail. Yeah, yeah. Oop. Get the glasses out of the way, and I'll show you this thing. Yeah, look at that. See, that was in the mail. You can't find them, so you can't find them. You buy them, you know. So I got this nice little arrowhead, and the other side is darker. It's a jasper, I think, but it's kind of like that big Clovis point that's in the ribs of the mammoth. Oh, we missed that. You might have seen the flash in underneath here, though. But oh yeah, and I wanted to show you this here too. I made this here. Oh, I gotta pull my sleeve up because it's not one to see. Spikes. Oh, they're arrowheads. Um, yeah, so I just have a loop on the end, and the one on the other end is like a button that goes through it. But yeah, it makes a nice little arrowhead bracelet. Something for fun. I'm gonna go back over this end, I guess, so we can. If I get too far from my light here, you don't see me. And then we turn on the night vision, ultraviolet night vision. So now you can see me, and you should be able to see the lightning over there when it goes off. Let's see, where's the RV? There, so somewhere over that way. Yeah, I use this awning when it rains. It's really nice. And then we got here, I noticed Jack had rolled in the cow poop. And, you know, how do you give a dog a bath with 1 gallon bottles? You know, it's kind of. So, yeah, I got him cleaned up good enough. Jeez. Dang dog. You know, there's poop around. He'll roll on it. Look at that. See the sunset's going over there. I was hoping that the sun. Well, I'll get a day here where the sun is setting, where you can see the mammoth over here, the standing mammoth. I don't know if I'm. Oh well. I don't know if I'm interrupting anybody else's show, but what's that? What you know? What do they matter? um. Yeah, I was wondering if when oh, I was wondering. There we go. How's that? That was cool, huh? So, um, I was wondering how if Toby, when he's down there in Vietnam, if he went to the Suck My Pagoda Cafe or did he have the some young chick? Oh, yes, yeah, some young chick not available on school nights. Yeah, what? And I'm wondering what it was the Was we scared the coyotes away there. They'll go, oh, we don't know what the hell that was. You tell them, Jack. Yeah, you tell them. Oh, we got to put on glasses to read. Just got home from work a few days. It's lighting up back here. Coyotes are out there. So Jack's going nuts. I just ordered him the collar. I got him to control the barking and stuff. It didn't work, so I had to send it back and ordered a different one. But this time I ordered the one that comes with 2 collars. And that way, one of them's sure to work, And then when I go to my kids, we can control both dogs with. He's got his dog too, and so they can control both dogs with one remote. There's coyotes barking out, yapping out there. Jack going nuts. I got my that's my lighting. Who stopped barking so we can hear the coyotes, Jack? Shut up. Yeah. Jack's really impressive. You have the spaceship light. Yeah. The sheriff, when I park up closer to the highway, they could see it from the highway, and people would call 911 reporting a UFO, and the sheriff come out and kind of, can you turn that light off so people stop calling? Yeah. He barks and it echoes off the canyon wall over here, off the wall over here, and then off the wall on the other side. Yeah, you were saying yesterday. Yeah, and then when I got, I towed a car here, and the car is just covered with dust and dirt when you get here. I go to the post office. So I turn on the wipers, and the washers is just mud. And so then I got back from the post office, and then later it started. We had hail that was, what size were they? They were smaller than cherries. So they weren't too big, But and I put the awning out, and then I went and, hey, how you doing, Dan? I went over, Dak or Oak. See my new thing. I just put it on a piece of leather. So hang it right there. Right on Chief Arrowhead there. There. So there's the rabbit, the arrowhead, and the man. Yeah. What I did, I bought on eBay. You had 32 arrowheads for like $13. So, I made this too. Go the other way. Yeah. See, so. Yeah. So, got to wear the magic. So I got some more arrowheads to put on my peace pipe, and My peace pipe's gonna weigh. It's gonna weigh 40 pounds from all the stuff I put on it. Yeah, I need a mammoth on top, right above my arrowhead there. A mammoth on my arrowhead. I got one to put on there. But yeah, this is see, it's like that on the backside. I get closer to the light. There's the backside. And then this side is neat. It's a sharp one. I think these are modern productions or something. I don't know, but it's a real arrowhead out of a rock. Ah! Lightning is over there mostly. It's way over there. But we'll go over here where you might see some more of it. There was a really good one just before I started. That's why I thought I got to do a video while there's a lightning storm going on. Yeah, and you know, you buy the thing because I got 32 arrowheads, the one nice one, and then 31 smaller ones. And some are really neat, you know. They got some striped ones, and some are transparent. I like the transparent ones that the light come through them. And so I got a couple of striped ones. They're really neat. But I put the put the best one right there around my neck, and the better ones of the small ones I'll put on my peace pipe, and then I made this bracelet thing, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arrowheads on it. How's that for a light show? So what is it, Jack? That's the thunder from that boom. What's your problem, Jack? Come here. Where are you? Yeah, I gotta walk around. Come on, dum-dum. This way. This way. Follow your leash back around the same way you went. There, he's untangled. He had gone around the front of the RV and tried to come back underneath. And he ran out of leash. Ta-da. See, I got a radio here. I think I had it on the local station. Yep. It's not making any, not even crackles. Well, I got a, where there's no radio station, I got a little FM transmitter. I can make my own radio station. Not really, thank God. Oh yeah, I have a little fun. I watching that. It's not Yukon Jack. It's Trapper. What was it? What, Yukon Trapper? Or no, it's Teton Trapper. Yeah. Let's get one more lightning, and then I'll show you. But I was looking through my pictures. Teton Trapper, yeah, that guy. I was looking. Yep, we're inside. I'm gonna switch to the computer in a second here and show you. All right, so you see, I was looking at this picture I took of Finn's totem here, right? I got Finn's. Go in there. This is a side view of Finn's totem, you know. You can see the figures in there and stuff, and there's you see figures here. There's a human there with the hands coming down and stuff. And I was looking at here, and I'm going, you know, looking around the picture, and I go, what the hell, man? A Teton Trapper right there with the frick. Yeah. You gotta watch that Trapper guy. He's hooked up with this young lady down in Vietnam, and he's gonna have an interview on his show, I think. She's one of these ladies of the night down there. And apparently somebody in the chase has left her with a couple of kids down there. It'll be a good interview. If he doesn't interview her, I will, right? Yeah. I had to do that. I had to do that to Teton Trapper. I think he'll enjoy that. Yeah. But I think he's still looking in the wrong area. But that's the other, you know, the other guy I was watching. The Fen Loyalist. San Luis Valley. It used to be San Luis Reservoir used to fill the valley. It was like one of the Great Lakes. It's that big valley north of Taos, and Taos is even in the San Luis Valley, basically. It goes, you know, it's the northern end of the Santa Fe Riff, I think. Is it the Santa Fe Riff? What do they call it? There's a riff underneath, and this is because it's caving in here. Apparently, the Earth is splitting open here, and so the ocean could eventually reach Colorado. It'd be a long time. Because these ruins here, for them to be there for 13,000 years, there hadn't been a lot of geologic change. And especially with the stuff in the creek shows that creek, 13,000 years hardly did anything to the landscape. Maybe filled up some beaver ponds, and, you know, maybe some low-lying spots might have filled up with dirt, but all the hillsides and all that, and the creek, there's elephants, mammoths in the creek. Rio Grande Rift. Okay, yeah. And right near here, this is the La Garita Caldera. Look that up. It was like 10 times bigger than Yellowstone Caldera. It was a bigger volcano, but it ain't gone off for 75 million years. So, you know, we're pretty safe. And this is a real stable area now. I think that happens, you know, where the volcanoes have already moved through, it kind of dies off there. And it's only where the new active thing is. I wonder where that one might have moved off to, because usually they move across the landscape, you know. Like Hawaii has a trail that almost goes to Russia from old islands and stuff. So, yeah, I'm down here, and I'm going to be checking out more of these ruins down here. every time I go, I find all the perfect spots and all that up, and you go look, and there's nothing but more stuff that you didn't see before. Spewed more than 3,000 cubic miles. Yep, it was a big bugger. But I found I was there's a place over the La Garita area where there's a arch over there. I flew my drone near it. I didn't trust it to fly it through the arch, but but I had pictures from over there, and I put them through the art program. It's like, oh my God, there's figures all over those walls too, and they look really rough when you get right up to it. You can't hardly see, but the figures are there. It's undoubted. There's it's just all kinds of stuff here. But this is really neat over here where I'm gonna be looking the next few days here. And I decided for my RV, because this thing's like 20, almost 20 years old, it'll be 19 years old. It's probably 19 years old this fall, because they come out the year before, and this is a 2000. So, I want to peel off all these these things are cracking and coming off, and they're getting ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel it all off so it's all white, and then I'm going to cover it with vinyls of my art all over. Cover the whole RV with art. Sunburn. Oh, from my UV? It's just blue. It's blue. It's not really UV. It's close to UV. So, did everybody see the Teton Trapper there stalking my... I think he's been hanging out with Yukon Jack. That's what yeah. Yeah. Teton Trapper. I'll show him again here. For those who didn't see, I said, so there's the Teton Trapper right there. That guy, he's everywhere. Yeah. See what I put? I put him way down there. There was some lightning again. Yeah. I'm gonna I got some fun. I got some fun stuff I'm gonna do for my videos here coming up. It'll be fun. I promise. It has some interesting things in it, and I think Forrest likes that play. Millais play, like Lamp and the Bell. I don't know. I kind of I had a thought. Speaking of relationships to other, because he has important literature and stuff, and when he was young, I mean, they didn't have cartoons on TV like we did. You know, he probably didn't have a TV till he was 12, 15 years old or so, you know? So, that's a question someone ought to ask for us. When did your family get their first TV? What year? Um, yeah. Forrest fought in the Revolutionary War. He did not. Yeah, he was he. Yeah. My ancestors fought in the I got four ancestors all fought in the Revolutionary War, and all fought for the Union, and two of them were officers. Yeah, two were officers. I know of. Well, one was a doctor. One was in command of the artillery at Vicksburg. And he had a dream he was shot on his horse before he, because they come on the riverboat, with their, and they had the horses and they're all out on the riverboat boat too, and or they had another boat with horses, but before he got off the boat, he had his secretary uh, um, take down the notes and write a new will for him because he had had a dream that he was killed while riding his horse in battle. And so he walked to battle because he wasn't going to get on that horse. He didn't want that dream to come true. You got off your leash, huh, Jack? I'm going to just close you in. He got off his leash, so I got to close the door. Ow! Ooh! Ah! Yeah, I'm old. I'm getting old. I'm crippled. Oh! He moved my right ankle wrong. Yeah, just this last couple days, I've been. If I go take a long step or step on a step or step down from something, and my or turn or whatever, my right ankle, I had a surgery on it in 2012, I think. Yeah, or 2011, 2012. I had surgery on my right ankle where they took a tendon and took half the tendon and attached to my heel, my ankle, and back down to the bottom of my foot to keep my ankle from twisting. And I think there's something going wrong with that tendon there. It's just a slice, like one of them, the anchor points are tearing or something. I don't know. Yeah, I better dig up my ankle brace and start wearing it on there, and hopefully it'll heal itself. I don't know. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about, though, Bruce. That's not what my discussion is about. We're talking about old Timex man, the Teton Trapper there. He's got his foot on the treasure. Oh, that's Teton Trapper. They're twin brothers. Teton Trapper's Yosemite Sam's twin brother. Yeah. Um. But, bet I never get sick. I was sick yesterday and half the night last night. Um, Even the migraine pill just didn't help. I still had a headache and was uh, felt like a run over a frog in Frogger. Um, 600. No, I got these sumatriptofans for migraines. They only let you take 9 a month of these. And when you take one of those, you might just sit back and relax. Foods, I salt. Yeah, you only do sea salt. I quit doing iodized salt. You know, if you eat too much iodized salt, your your thyroid absorbs all that iodine, and your thyroid is designed to absorb the natural iodine hormones and stuff. And so if you get the iodine will load up your thyroid, but it doesn't load up your thyroid with any hormones. And so if you eat too much iodized salt, you're destroying the functionality of your thyroid. So you want to have as much of the natural iodine as you can, and not iodized salt. Eat some bananas or oh, that guy got out. Jack, sorry. Come on, Jack, get back here. That's why I got to get him the collar. Come on, Jack. Get over here. Get over here, Jack. Come on. Come on. One of them coyotes in heat, huh? No, or you'd be after her. There, he's back on his leash. I turned my outside lights out. I haven't got much of a thyroid left. Each time I go in, one side's smaller than the others. You know, oh, the left side's half the size of the right side, and my grandfather had his removed because he had thyroid cancer. He lived 74, so 14 years. Trying to feeling better and make it. I hope I make it as long as Forrest is gone. Both had full removal. Yeah, I take thyroid pill every day. I got past the biggest thyroid pill, and so they have me take 2 smaller ones to make it a little bigger than the biggest one. So I take 225 micrograms a day. I'm on the old Spanish Trail between Monte Vista and Del Norte. Where Wonder Hussy was here. She just put a video up the other day. She was out. She camped out here. I was up on the mountain, I guess. If I was down here, I would have got to meet Wonder Hussy if she would have knocked on the door. But now I'm back down in the desert place. So if you're watching, come on by and I'll show you some really neat stuff here on the rocks. You probably didn't. She called it a desert where she slept. And I know it was right here because she did a video on the movie Manor here that Nevin stayed at. She said it's really $100 and something. Boy, I didn't know it was that much. You sleep in your car for $100 and something, don't you? That's what I do. I ain't paying $100 for a bed. I'll sleep in my car for $100. Yeah, she can go hunting with me. After I get the treasure and all that and get things, I'm gonna have one of the nuggets right there. Put one of them, just the raw nugget. Don't shape it like a tooth, nothing. Just put a post in it and put a nugget in there. And driving. She didn't stay at the. She slept in her truck. She slept in her Toyota. Go implant. Get implants. Who needs implants? Yeah, these are some of the. You got some of these other arrowheads here. I'll show you. This is see. I guess it ain't gonna focus really good on it because there's everything is. Yeah, this camera on this side of the phone doesn't focus too well. But yeah, this was a neat one. Where's that? There's a striped one. Look at that one. It's a neat one. And there's a little white one. I guess you kill a bird with that. I've seen really tiny arrowheads, and yeah, they make little ones for birds. Yeah, the stripes are nice. And the other side, beep. Yeah, I like that stripe right on the edge. Yeah, that one's going on my peace pipe. Some of these black ones are all right. This one's neat. It's a ace of spades, kind of. It's a spade. And some of them are you can tell that these are after because I don't think the Indians had them with the you see this side's kind of curved on the I don't know, but it's pretty good still. It's sharp. There's another striped one, kind of. There's more on the other side. That one. Yeah, you notice. See, there's one on here. It's green. This one's kind of green. And then, oh, where's my flashlight? Heck with flashlight, huh? Heck with a flashlight. And we got one of these. Oh, that's the red one. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Whoop. See, that one's transparent. The laser go through it. And some of these others are too. See? The laser go right through there. That one is too on the tip. Oh. So you're putting the laser on the arrowhead, and you see it goes right through the arrowhead. So they're kind of they're agate or whatever, neat. So yeah, I got 32 arrowheads. You can see the light coming through that one without me even putting the laser on it. There's a transparent arrowhead. Even the part that's not so transparent is transparent. Yeah, I was looking at some of the art things I did with. I'll go to that page. Oh, no, I went there. I put the tombstone from Fenn's totem, Fenn's totem tombstone into the art generator. See, there's heads down here. There's a Indian. Oh, we can't zoom. But you see, there's somebody there with their arm up. There's guys hidden in there, and I see an elephant because I seen the end of an elephant trunk somewhere here. Where it go? Yeah, like this is an elephant head, and the trunk coming down and curling under, and it's holding all these people in here. I've had trouble figuring out what the hell is this design in here, you know. So there's another, and doesn't this look like letters, some word going across here too? But they're faces. Oh, if you look at them, and there's two F's. There's an F and there's an F. There's an F here and here, and there's figures in there. Oh, we keep going the wrong way. I got another angle on it here. You see, a little different type of design. You see here, you see the two F. There's see this looks like some word going across there. Yeah, but I got him sleeping at his school desk, and Miss Ford waking him up, and I've got the Buffalo Cowboy car, and everybody forgets I have more than one piece, you know. I have a collection of stuff. See, there's this guy right there standing there. There's another figure back there. Oh, we're back to the beginning on the same page. Okay. I took pictures. Do some time. Yeah. Teton trapper. How much tea does a Teton weigh? If he's up there in the Tetons, you better watch out because I heard there's a crack in the earth there. Somebody went up there and was digging a hole for Fenn's treasure, and the earth cracked. All right. Yeah, I saw some. I was watching car crash videos. I was thinking, oh, look, they crashed their car because they were on the way to the dentist. They were in pursuit of going to the dentist or whatever. That's one thing. That's the other thing I wanted to bring up. Is the J.J. Diggins out in California, that situation there and all that, and it was lit up outside for a second, like three flashes. Uh, I don't know if you can hear it, rumble, rumble, but anyhow, yeah. I guess her home burned down, or it was her business partner's home, or I couldn't understand exactly what was, you know. But and they got their RV out of it. Hey, you got their RV out of there. At least you can get that fixed, and I'm sure you probably already got enough donations to put a new motor in their RV. You know, and so I've been in my RV since 2006. I bought a bus. I moved out of my apartment into a bus because I lost my job and I couldn't afford to rent. And I've been in a vehicle, living in a vehicle since 2006, and haven't received any assistance from anybody or any help to getting into a home, a place where with working water and all that. And I feel bad for people, but I'm not somebody that has, I don't have enough to have my own home, so I can't be shelling out donations to help somebody else with their home. I went and helped a friend last week with a flat tire, and I made two trips out there. 150 miles on my car to help somebody out, and fix my pump. Got them helped out, but you know, you do stuff like that. I figure like I pick up hitchhikers and stuff because sometimes you break down and you need a ride, and if how can if you're broken down trying to get if you don't it's kind of like you help someone else, and when it comes time that you need help, the help will be there, but it's never that. No, I just help people out randomly. Lang gang, same some inspiration. Which headphones? Oh, these ones. I got better one. Better headphones right here. These ones plug in. These are. And I've got my. I got my pass for S4 area 51. Yeah. Warning: identification. To enter S4 area with false or improper identification result in incarceration. All constitutional rights will be waived, and if found to enter with malicious intent, bodily harm or death could occur. Review MJ12. A little breezy. I make my awning really tight so that unless my wind gauge is getting up into it's not doing anything right now because it's still inside. I look to see what's the wind. But once wind gets up over 25 miles an hour, put the awning up. Oh, they rubbed the ladder. They kissed my car too. There's on my driver's window. There was a big old nose smear, and on the trunk and on the hood. And, did you see that flash? Yeah, you see them flashing lights? That's lightning. It's raining again now. Boom, boom. Yeah, I can make my own lightning too. Double-sided tape stuck to it. So I don't worry about the bugs come in. I take care of them bugs. This is a Black and Decker too. It's I've bought other ones that weren't as good. This one did crack, and I need to tape it back together. But it's a good fly swatter. And you find out the bugs they smell like burnt hair. Baldy was boss. Who's Baldy? You talking about Dale? I like the one somebody thought that Troy was actually Forrest Fenn. White faced cow. Oh yeah, that white faced cow. Yeah, she had an udder and she was dry. She wasn't nursing. She's not a dairy cow. Those are McDonald's. Old McDonald, the guy with the farm. Yeah. and, and sometime I go up there, I gotta stop and visit the horses. I got some apples to bring the horses. Somebody was saying that, he says there'd be horses and cows. I got horses and cow. Everything he talks about is there. I got stuff from Vietnam there. I got stuff from Texas there. I got stuff from Wyoming and Yellowstone there. My salt has a hot spring. The people that if you're going by, he said Yellowstone. He said Madison River. He said West Yellowstone. He said Gardner, Montana. Those are all too bold. The subtle things. Even Gardner's Island was a subtle hint to another pirate movie, A Substitute. You want a substitute. And I'll show you right here. He says, his father was mark it. There we go. Okay. I don't want to read the whole paragraph. His father was sitting at the desk doing something very important when she blurted out, "Mr. Fenn, your son called me an old bat." Okay, so he was. This paragraph he's starting out. He's talking about being in school, and then he's at home later on. He stood up to stop. He remembered when she called in sick one morning. He's talking about Miss Ford. And he had to leave the breakfast table to find a substitute. To find a substitute. And the telephone was clear down at the end of the house. The telephone with the bell for whom the bell tolls. Okay? So we're talking about the school teacher and the bell, and the school teacher with Fenn sleeping at his desk is 200-300 feet from the hand holding the bell, and so that's like the hallway. Yeah, and the telephone was clear down at the end of the house. So the paragraph starts, he's in the school, and the paragraph ends, he's at home in his house. He really hated that, especially the biscuits and gravy were hot on his plate. Oh, yeah, so he had cold dinner because he had to go find a substitute or cold breakfast. So his biscuits and gravy were all ready to eat, and and he had to go to the phone and came back to a cold breakfast. So, going and the other conversation about the window, yeah, Yellowstone is window shape. Uh, Wyoming, does it have a notch in it? But Colorado is perfectly rectangular. I can look on Google Earth and know which. If Wyoming's perfectly rectangular. There. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Wyoming's rectangular. So Colorado and Wyoming are both windows, I guess. Could be. But where the school desk is, if that's where his school desk is and he sat right next to the window is just off the edge of the cliff right behind his desk. It's down one of the chutes in the cracks. You don't step on a crack, break your mother's back, So in a crack, coming down from his desk. And I went and looked in there and looked in there. It's like, there's nothing, what am I missing, I'll go look again now, But you, once you go look at a spot, you don't, any place that he's what's he's trying to find a substitute, find a Clovis point in the ribs of a mammoth. You get it? So anything he says, find a substitute, find a good looking rock, find a Clovis point in the ribs of a mammoth, and you find when you find one of them items, you find one of the items that he's talking about finding, like the Clovis point in the ribs of a mammoth. That's a really good one. And there was no treasure near it, as far as I can tell. And then you don't know if that's just pointing to another thing that's right across the straight across the canyon from it, or if it's something right above it. What else going on? Yeah, showing off my arrowhead bracelet I made. It's just a piece of. I got this thing of leather twine that I use to put things onto my peace pipe. Oh, now it's getting really windy. I got my awning up good. I don't need disasters. The generator on this don't work. Water heater doesn't work. I got my 2 water bottles filled up that I'll put them in the on the dash of the car in the sun tomorrow, and they'll get nice and hot, and I take a shower with those. So all I gotta do is have 2 gallons of water, and I can get a shower anytime I want. I'm watching the wind in my awning now. When a storm come up, I want the awning up for the rain. Oh, snowmobiling in the mountain. Damn dangerous, of course. Cannot see what's under this bluff. Yeah, and yeah. You're going boom. There was a log just underneath the snow. I've done that with skiing down a pass, and you don't see it, and you're skiing through powder, and your ski goes underneath an aspen tree that's laying under there, and your foot hits the log. That's it. You boop, nose first. Usually you stop right there. Yeah, I used to. I had 208 skis. Mine were 208 giant slalom skis that I bought for $200 with marker bindings and all that back in 1990. I think I threw those skis away because the lamination. They were all delaminating. Boy, it really went raining good and windy. If you could see my awning, you can if you want. So yeah, find a substitute. Find a good looking rock. Really good cornfield bumps. It's just you ever try to drive? I tried to drive a truck through tall grass or cornfield, and no, it bogs you down. It's too thick. You got to have bigger tractor tires and stuff to drive through a cornfield. Hail came by. We had a hail, but I'm gonna go out here and drop my awning so it's not extended up high. Too bad, but there will be a gust that'll come and get, you know. You can hear the rain. Over there. Where you at, Jack? Oh, where is he? Come here, Jack. Come on. Come on. See, you get loose again. Oh, I'm pulling on this leash here, and I think I'm gonna come up with no fish on the line. Come on, Jack. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. I got a fish on the line. Actual dog. Come on. You stay in. Oh, I'm getting wet. Jack, get back in. Come on. Yeah, you stay in now. He's a good boy. My phone's all wet. Raindrops all over it. Hey, Bill. Jimmy Dean. Oh, it's Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Fast, Jimmy Dean. That's where Jimmy's left Colorado. He was up in Cripple Creek. Yeah, see? I just went outside and now I look like... Let's try some other hairstyle. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've still got to pick up some things here that are, because I drove today, of course. And anytime you drive in an RV, things, well, when you live in an RV, you got a lot more things in your RV. come from Missouri. Take care of it. Oh no. Well, I hope he gets better. I've, um, I've been through some disasters in my life. When I was 4 years old, I had all the skin burned off my back in the shower. It all came off in one sheet from my neck past my ass. All this, I lost all the skin off my back. I wish, it's something. If something like that happens to your parents, save that. You can stretch it out and dry it out, and then you got like a canvas later on. You can use your own skin for a canvas to paint something. So see, I'm not bald. Back there it's going, but search partner, Butte, Montana. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if anybody wants, I'm not far. I'm right in between Del Norte and Monte Vista. And if anybody wants to come visit, I'll be here for 2 weeks. So you can come visit, and I could show you the ruins here. Could take a trip up to the mountains and see some of the ruins, some of the sculptures up there. Come here, Jack. He's walking back before I gotta take his collar off, chain. He's dragging it on the floor, making noise. So, yeah, we got arrowheads. We got treats for Jack. And I looked up in my 1825 dictionary. Swivet is not in there. So swivet is likely a word that was created since 1825. And it's probably just it's a slang for in a frenzy or whatever. It could be there's a frenzy of fan activity at least, isn't there? And I watched one of the other shows. They don't even have a solution right now. I've got a complete solution, and it's such everything has matched up so perfectly that you don't consider other solutions. There is no other solution to me. And we need somebody with fresh ideas. As long as it's not Bill's ideas. You ever notice Forrest, his father and his brother were both William M. Fenn, WMF. And I'm a William M.G. So I'm like one letter off from being a WMF. WMF. So, yeah, those weren't good initials to have. Somebody might think it means a white mofo. Uh-oh. Mine wouldn't be faux. Mine wouldn't be a white mofo. Mine would be a white MG. Is it like a little British sports car? But yeah, I like this 1825 dictionary. The cover's falling off, and so I have to strap it together. But I need to get that rebound. I don't know what that costs. Like I say, I'll sleep in my car before I pay $100 for a motel room. I usually find motel rooms for 60 or so, but I got a dog, and so they charge you extra for the dog. And what are you doing? Get down from there. Come on, come on. I didn't tell you go on to bed. Nope, did I? Come on. Over here. Come on. Jack. I'll get you. Come here. Oh, I just washed cow poop out of his fur. He wants to go jump on the bed. What do you do? Hey, Jack. What are you doing, huh? I got you fairly clean, yeah. It wasn't in your nose, at least. See, it's on his neck. There's still, yeah. No, you're not laying on the bed, guy. The other thing I was going to mention, because everybody's talking about comic books and stuff, and I brought up they didn't have cartoons on TV and stuff when he was a kid. They had radio shows. You know, my dad he was reciting the thing for the Lone Ranger. He'd recite the Lone Ranger. Always loved that. I got to try and reenact that sometime and just record the audio. But the other show that they would have on the radio and they all listened to was The Shadow. Only the Shadow knows. The Shadow knows. So, I think there was a comic book for The Shadow. There might be something out in the fringes in there. Only the Shadow knows what the deal is. It's a treasure hunt. He started a treasure hunt. Is it one that he can decide when it's over? And it's not over until he's put himself into the ground, until he's thrown himself on the chest. When his days are over, that's when the chase is over. The chase began August 22nd, 1930. That's when the chase began. That's where you start. Warm waters. Yeah, wow. So he took it from there and up the Rio all he could. And who knows? But I was wondering what the shadow knows. Only the shadow knows. And like I said, I've been shadowed here on the hunt by this guy come up here. I don't know if some of you already seen this, but there may be area. This guy, Teton Trapper, there he is. It's the Teton Trapper there. He's been following me. He's upset because he can't find an elephant mask. It's because I bought the last one. Orphan Annie. That was the Christmas story. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah. That's the one that shoot your eye out. Okay, now some people say, "Why does your formation only have one eye?" Because it's the elephant eye, and that's his head and trunk coming down over here. You know, that's how they do their art. Their art is multi-layered. It's not 3D. It's 4D. It's four-dimensional art, and I mean, it's so complex. That's how you know that it's not natural, because it's so complex. And and they knew how to manipulate shadows. Some weird, just like that serpent on Chichen Itza. When the sun hits it, and it turns, the serpent undulates up the steps. You know. Still can chase tail. Yeah, yeah. They all got jetpacks nowadays, and I ain't got a jetpack to keep up with them. So 2x a year. Yeah, and I was hoping the storm would blow over because we're in the Perseid meteor showers, and Sunday night, Monday is the peak of it, and there'd be about 2 per minute. It's a hundred per hour, so that means, you know 60. Then you get 60 plus 40. So it's almost two a minute. This is wind. Wind, 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 wind. And I gotta put my weather vane up. I put it inside because I don't know. I don't know if that little wind spinner thing can handle going down the freeway doing 70 miles an hour. Pen cash. What time? Here's guys, my page. Shooting stars. Yeah. Yeah, I want to rig up something. So I can hook up my hammock to my RV when there's no trees. I love it laying out in the hammock. And a good thing with the hammock, it keeps your back straight and stuff. So you're not, So if you got a spine that looks like a snake like mine, you know. What are you doing, Jack? He's excited because those coyotes are somewhere near here or something. So he's pacing. Closed cache is a secret where it was. He bought that. He said he bought it on the Smithsonian Institution's documentary about the Clovis that has the Clovis points in it. It says that he bought them, and it says he found them, that he found them in northern Colorado. I don't think that was one of the 15%. It's Colorado, but northern. He didn't want to tell him it was down here in southern Colorado or something. You got a noise and some. I guess it's the end of my awning flapping or something. I don't know. But yeah, them cows, they were messing with my tow bar. It was knocked off the thing and laying off onto the ground instead of propped up and hanging on the back of the RV. Um, I heard they were some university or something has them, and they make copies of them and stuff for teaching people. They've got they I guess they use them to make molds and made replicas for teaching people, students about the archaeology. The site up here is all Clovis. I'm pretty sure it's Clovis. I mean, the one Clovis Point in the ribs of the mammoth thing, that alone, that. Well, it's an arrowhead. That arrowhead is more like this one here. With the thing to tie around there. The other Clovis points are fluted on the end, and so the stick just jams on there, and it holds it like that. But these ones they would tie on with that sinew or whatever. Have the stick would come up, and they tie the stick to the arrowhead. But yeah, it's a neat. There's a guy in there. See the people in my arrowhead. This one is so much. It's so much like the one in the canyon, like the jumbo one. But we're an hour and a half, and I was just going to show you the lightning. Let's see. I close up some windows, and I was working on a video with some searching and stuff. I'll do those, or will be edited and online. I'll put them online. Gonna do some funny things. Savvy 101, Street Smarts 1, page 26. I'm going to read 101 through 103. Yeah, you want to read that part in there about the teacher. Look for any place that he says find. Any place he says find, and what he's saying to find. I could find the best agate rocks for making marbles. And then there was another. That's in Love with Yellowstone. But he mentioned that too. Mentioned find a good looking rock in the other chapter. On page 32, he says, if I could find a good looking rock. And then on page 47, no, that's not it. It was not page 45. I could find the best agate rocks for making marbles. So, and what's making marbles? It's carving a rock. It wasn't making marbles out of wood. And what's a totem pole is a totem pole, whether it's made of wood or rock. He was first started making marbles with rocks, and he switched to spinning tops and stuff like that made of wood. So what's the they're both sculpted basically. So wood and according to Eric Sloan, when you handcraft that wood, it's art. When you handcraft that stone, it becomes art. So wood is art, and it all ties. It's art. It's the word wood. It's everything that the word wood represents, not just wood. If wood is art, then and uh, sculpture, a rock sculpture is art, then wood is art. Wood is a rock sculpture. It doesn't matter. It's art. He's playing with the words that much. Don't mess with my poem. Yeah, that was a scary. Don't mess with my poem. He's not going to take away your birthday if you mess with his poem a little bit. You have to mess with his poem, or it doesn't work. That's the only way it works. It don't work without messing, without using substitutes for words. And the poem leads you to where the art is. When in the wood, if you're braving in the wood, you're brave in abstract art, brave in the arts. He went into the art business alone. I went in there alone into the art business, and he faced a lot of criticism. You know everything. Oh, everybody loves him for the chase and all that, but there were a lot of people. There's records of, you know, even the FBI, harassing him and stuff over his property. You can't even buy a piece of land and dig a hole in your own piece of land and claim what you find. And oh, well, that belonged to Pocahontas' sister. What are you doing, Jack? What are you doing? Huh? Yeah? Huh? Huh? What are you doing? What do you need? He's a good dog. Aren't you, Jack? Oh, you gonna do the show with me, Jack? Huh? Are you? No? Maybe? Yeah, look at those people. Look at them, Jack. Look. Oh, I was digging out a treat for you, huh? And I kind of stopped. Come and get it. Come on. Ah. Yeah, he's a pretty good dog most of the time. He came to me when I called him out there and stuff. If he has a rodent, if he's onto a rodent, he won't come to me then. Yep, yep. I'm gonna. I watched how they rattlesnake train dogs and stuff. And you need the shock collar, and you need a rattlesnake in a cage. So I'm thinking I know a place where they got rattlesnakes, and I'll bring them over there, and then I'll tell them, hey, you gotta, people come in and they want a rattlesnake. Or maybe you could rattlesnake train people's dogs since you have rattlesnakes, you know. But it show. I haven't watched a video on YouTube how they do it. They got the rattlesnake is in a cage, and when the dog notices it and goes, when they get close, when they hear the rattle, they shock the dog, you know, and when the dog starts getting, you don't even want him to get close, you want the dog to know when he hears that, get the hell out of there, you know. He's back. He must have ate the treat. Did you eat your treat? Did you eat your treat? Huh? Did you? You had poop all over you, Jack. He's good. He's he's a great dog. Aren't you, Jack? Come up here. Huh? You coming up here? You gonna be on my lap dog? Oh, you my lap dog, huh? That's the clean side. His others is smells like he went in a cow butt. No. uh, I found out you sometimes he has like a it's a long it's a chain with the it's a leash actually, but you can use it like a choke. It's a choke chain, long choke chain. That's how you can slip out of it because there's no knot to keep it from um, getting huge. And what was I gonna say about that? I get sidetracked. Yeah, right. New Butte. You live in a haystack. Yeah, there's a big haystack up there because you know like you find these good looking rocks that show his stories, his pile of airplanes, double blazes, the too far to walk legs, him riding a bird, fly fishing, and the wood, the word wood cut out of the forest with the Model A cowl there, and the ZPU gun and Skippy's helicopter, and the Clovis Point, and the ribs of the mammoth, Moses, the double omega mammoths. The mammoths are, you know, they're omega shaped. They're big arch. That's what when you draw an elephant. Side view, man. It's arch. The elephants, and I think the arch of a tombstone actually came from the shape of a mammoth. It's what I've learned from this. It goes back that shape of the tombstone represents a mammoth, an omega, a shape, omega fauna, omega mammoth. I was watching. I watch Ed the Beach Hunter. He's a guy in L.A. And he speaks. He says everything in Spanish and English, so you can learn to speak Spanish while you're watching his treasure. And he goes to beaches and stuff. And he had one where he was scuba diving. So you know, it says the video is titled "Scuba Diving," finding. You know, he found a gold chain, a 116 gram, 14K gold chain he found in Lake Tahoe. But you know, so because the thing said he was scuba diving for gold, the ad that Google put on there was for the Meg. He's scuba. He's somebody swimming. So let's play the Killer Jaws preview. But yeah, it's an hour and a half, and that's long enough for today. Dave Ramsey maps. Treasures on the topo map. Treasures on Google Earth. Treasure is bold. It's on the map. That's the only bold clue. Any other name of a place, treasure is the name of the place, and any other place he named is not bold. He says treasure is bold, right in the poem. All the other places are subtle hints. So you find a substitute for those subtle places, for those stories, which it works out. My whole poem, it works down to a T. There's more than 9 clues in it. Like you said, every word in there, and some of the things. Well, is that 2 clues or 1 clue? Those 2 things to get you know. But the poem leads you to the wood, And then once you're in the wood, you're in the art. The wood is the art. You're in the art, and if you're brave in the arts, you're an abstract artist. Yeah, yeah. And even his autobiography, you got to read it with a magnifying glass. That and like some of these sculptures, like the Anubis, there's super small stuff in there, and people just can't believe it because it's so crazy. Wood, yeah, yeah. Wood is just another word for Viagra. The wood pill. Uh, Woof on my diagram explains. Yeah, yeah. Wait. I sent Teton a suggestion for his video, so let's see if he does that. If he don't, I will. Play. I mentioned the lamp and the bell. Also says Nye is near in that play. Nye is near. Nye is near the bell. And then he says the bell was all the way down at the end of the hallway. I found the bell, and yeah, the bell is about 300 feet from him sleeping at his desk, and Miss Ford waking him up. And Lewis and Clark are in between the two. Lewis and Clark point to the school desk. Um, so you don't know which way. I don't know which way it's going. I'm gonna take a couple Tylenol today because I can't take a migraine pill. My headache's not that bad. I just feel fuzzy in the head. 3, 2, 1. The place it mentions about military, I can't find that page. Oh, is it 199 or page 99, 95, 99, and there's the pages with the My War for Me. It's the 90s. Yeah, I guess Donnie. Some people say Donnie was the look he gave. He gave me that look. Someone looking at you like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," you know. I better be careful around that character. Yeah. Um, Warriors look. All my failed theories. I can never Terry Scant. Terry Scant's the Tari part. You're taking the Tari scat down the road. Scant. Because you've gone from a dirt road to a tar road. You took it. You took from Warm Waters Halt in the canyon down. Then you're actually going down. Oh yeah, could you do that? I wonder. I wonder if where Warm Waters Halt, if you can actually have a paddle from there down to the Terry below the Homer Brown. Because I know at the Homer Brown you could definitely take a raft from there down to Pagosa. Oh, the 1,000-yard stare. Militia best described. Mila. Okay, well, when he talks, people don't know that Treasure Mountain is bold on the map. Treasure Falls is bold on the map. There is even a sign on the highway that says Treasure. And where this turnoff for Treasure Falls is you look up and there's the kids climbing up on the rocks. All the sculptures are up. There's all kinds of faces in the rocks around there. There's all kinds. That's a really cool area down there, and there's lots of shapes on. And so you could go from where Warm Waters Halt to there in a raft, and then there's no paddle because you got to put in your car and take the Tari Scamp. Every time you look at people think I'm looking in different. No, I am in. I have been in the same area, and all of these things are in the same general area. Um, some of they cover maybe 10. The poem covers maybe 20 to 40 miles. So, and the end from the wood to the end of the rainbow uh could be 8 miles. It could be 20 miles because I found the end of the rainbow, but find where the treasure is under it. You know, it's like you try and I keep going to the end of the rainbow and it keeps moving on me, just like in real life. The end of the rainbow keeps moving. I keep getting different targets and whatever. So, and my solution's perfect. And everybody wants. I say I have all of the clues figured. It's just narrowing down which of the clues is for the final spot. Yeah, because it could be any of them, and maybe you don't go back. Maybe you missed it at one of them, and you don't go back to that one because you think you looked at it, but you didn't look at it good enough, or you didn't look at it with a metal detector. The thing about collecting bottle caps could indicate that you're going to find a lot of bottle caps with your metal detector before you find the treasure, and that makes me think that that's why you should go at night. You're if you're in there digging at night, you're metal detecting and digging it. No, nobody's going to be around to check on you, except for the bears and the mountain lions. Snow White's in the Snow White is in the lamp on the bell. Huh. Wow. Well, you know, he did make a reference to the three pigs. The Biddies lived in a brick house, and he lived in a wood house. It burned down twice. I guess that counts for the straw house too. The big bad wolf took his house down twice, and so if the Biddies lived in a brick house, and so if you're going to heaven, your place in heaven is going to be a palace, right? So he's going to live in a stone house or brick house where his final spot is. And the one spot I checked with I'll show that to you. Oh, fine. I can't get it to play. Dang thing. if the GIF will play. If it starts playing here, I'll put the. But it's still only small on there. Yeah, it's not gonna. My internet's too slow right now for my computer. My computer's tethered, and they slowed it down to like 50K, 50K, so, and not even 600K, not even 1 megabyte a second. Six, like crappy. It can't even load a GIF picture. But they'll let it stream a video, but they won't let it load a GIF. No. He loves them. Yeah, double omegas. The two big mammoth heads. Two big mammoth heads come together, and it's double omegas. And then Moses is right in between, standing right in between them. Success is an omnificent guru. Leo Salazar, he called an omnificent guru because Leo Salazar knew where Moses received the 10 Commandments. And I found that spot where Moses received the 10 Commandments. So, it takes an omniscient guru knows that spot. And where they received the 10 Commandments, that's a blaze, wasn't it? It was the burning bush, and where God burned the 10 Commandments into the stone. That the writings in stone. What's written in this book might last a few hundred years. What's written in stone lasts thousands of years. His church is in the mountains. His church is, it's Moses. Moses is up there. I got Anubis, the god of the dead, and guardian of treasure, and god of the dead, usher to heaven. I don't, Forrest Fenn map. Yeah, well, when he talks about the hundreds of dead Frenchmen down there in Vietnam when he went to the waterfall and he tripped on the tombstone, and he read the one, but he said there were hundreds of them. Okay, here the Treasure Mountain is named for a French expedition where the Spaniards and the Indians killed 300 Frenchmen. That's what Subtle Hint is. Subtle Hint is not Firehole Hot Spring. Subtle Hints, 300 dead Frenchmen. Find a substitute for 300 dead Frenchmen in America. And this is the only place you're going to find dead Frenchmen scattered over the mountains. They were hunted down, and, treasure is bold. That treasure is shaped like a hat. That's why the hat. You can't have 500 coincidences and call it a coincidence. When you have that many coincidences, it becomes direct evidence. Your old girlfriend had a fire hole. Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that on the beach. Treasure is bold. Treasure is bold. That's the only bold clue in the book. He doesn't say Colorado, but he says in the book Mesa Verde. He talks about Mesa Verde. He talks about the Denver Museum of History. He talks about why a Colorado what a Colorado college needs to give him a PhD in anthropology for what he's been able to interpret from all this stuff. Why Colorado? Why would a Colorado college need to give him a PhD if his San Lazaro's in Pueblo? I mean in New Mexico. Um, the flashlight. If you got a rock sculpt, things carved in the rock, and you put the flashlight at an angle to it, it casts shadows. It makes it easier to see the figures in the rocks. That's what that's partly about. Or the other, it could be there's big boulders and there's spaces under the boulders and stuff, and it could be in there where it gets kind of dark. You know, reminds me, I got some video on the other camera. I got video on. I've been running four or five different video cameras, so it's like take from here and there and there. But okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut this off before we get to 2 hours. It's getting too long. I'll play with my arrowheads. It's like a sharp little arrowhead. I like that stripes. Bye, adios. Have a good night. What is it? There's a weekend coming up. I'll do a show on Saturday. I'll come back on. See ya. Thanks for watching.